This is the Strat-O-Matic Baseball Excel 1970-73 Carryover League. Brought to you by the Shrimp Trawler YouTube channel.
Welcome back, baseball fans. Summer 70-73 Carryover League. We are in the first round of the postseason tournament, and we move to the American League tonight. In the American League West, a series between the Oakland A's and the Seattle Mariners. Let's take a look at what has to happen here for, you guessed it, the Mariners, because they are trailing as a second-place team. So they beat the Oaktown A's 4-2 before the All-Star break, and all that did was put them within 3 games overall. They have a +2 head-to-head tiebreaker, of course. But with 7 games left in this theoretical season, down 3, they have to win 5 of the 7, which would give them a tie and would give them the tiebreaker. They would be in first place if they go in 5 out of 7. What happened in Game 1 in Oakland? It is back to the Aces. Steve Klein versus Vida Blue. An RBI single by Tennis, an error, a homer by Campaneris, another homer by Gene Tennis, a 2-run homer by Reggie, and you get the idea that the Oaktown A's are not going to play around this time with the Seattle Mariners. Even with Vida Blue getting hurt in this game and leaving after the 6th inning, his bullpen manages to finish the game. It was 8-1, it finishes 8-4. Oakland's bullpen, not named Raleigh Fingers, is pretty awful. Raleigh Fingers is great, everybody else is kind of meh. That might hurt them later. Anyway, Oakland wins Game 1, 8-4. They need to get 2 more wins within these 7 games. So what happens in Game 2 in Oakland? In the Coliseum, we're back to Dick Woodson and Catfish Hunter, who went to the All-Star game over Blue Moon Odom. 4th inning, Gene Tennis hits a home run ball game. That's it. That's all the Catfish would need. Catfish gave up a single, and a double through 9 innings, 4 walks, 3 strikeouts in his complete game. Poor Dick Woodson gave up that homer, 4 other hits and 4 walks, and takes a loss, and Seattle seems to be running out of gas. Seems to be that way. The good news is, though, the blue cheer is on the way, as you can tell in the background there, barely. And the game is in Seattle for Game 3 and 4 and 5 if necessary. Today's pitchers, Kenny Holtzman for the A's, Freddie Norman, battle lefties for the Seattle Mariners. You've seen this series before the All-Star break. You know how tough these Mariners can be when they put their mind to it. Let's see what happens. In the Kingdome. Well, Kingdome's not built yet. 70-73. They're playing in the parking lot or something. Bert Campaneris leads off for Oaktown. 38. Pops short. Sal Bando, 210. Let's take a look at Bando's card from 1970. Give him 118 walks, 20 homers, 263 batting average, and this home run and this lead for the Oaktown A's. One's it. Reggie, 67's a K. Gene Tennis struck him out. Bottom of the 1st. Ron Woods, 45, pops to short. Jerry Devannon, 5'10 catcher's card. This would be Gene Tennis catching today, and he is a 4'5 catcher. And he makes the play. 2 outs. Dave May, 49 of Holtzman, double 1 single. He's at first for John Ellis. 68, skies are right field. Top of the 2nd, Joe Rudy in the A's, 45, bounced to short, but Maxwell's a 2 shortstop, makes the play. Mike Hegan, 33, grounds to first. Angel Mangual, 35, base hit. And Stan Swanson, 34, rolls to short. Bottom of 2. Joe Pepitone, 57, okay. Jim Price, 1-5, rolls 3rd. And Ted Eulander, 5'12", no, Eulander, 2nd X. Dick Green's playing second today at 2E12, makes the play. Top of the 3rd, and here is old Green, Dick, 2-8, grounds to 3rd. Bert Habaneris, The hot one. 1-5. Let's take a look at Habanero's card. We love the 70 A's. You saw Bando? This is Campaneris in 70 with his 22 home runs, double A stealing, 279 hitting shortstop. His best year. Solo shot, 2-zip. Bando again. Bando strikes out. And Reggie, 47, single 1-2, lines up. Bottom of the third, it is the Wurtster, Don Wirt. 57, bounces to short. This is Campaneris, a 3-22. He makes the play. Dale Maxwell, 2-5, short. And with 2 outs, it is Ron Woods, 2-2. Skies left field. The A's are 18 outs away from making a nice little dent in the American League hierarchy. After kind of playing mediocre ball, if they could rip off 3 easy wins like this, they could easily be the top team in the American League. Wouldn't be a stretch. And they are my preseason World Series pick. Really stepped on a limb on that one, folks. Anyway, Gene Tennis in the 4th. 1-9, base hit. Joe Rudy, 63, first C. Runner at second for Mike Hegan. 46 is a walk. 2 on for Angel Mengual. 67 is a K. And with 2 outs, it's Stan Swanson. Who? Sky to center field. Yep, Stan Swanson's just an extra player, free agent to fill out the roster. As they had 19 players at the end of the draft, but yada yada, and all they could find was some guy named Stan Swanson. Bottom of the 4th, Jerry Devanin leads off for Seattle, 34. A bounce to short. Dave May, 59, grounds to second. And John Ellis, 2-9, grounds to short. Kenny Holtzman, folks, he has struggled. If you've been following this, one of the reasons why Oakland's been kind of meh is because Blue and Hunter have been lights out, and Holtzman's been awful with just 1 win before the All-Star break. But he's got a 1-hitter. 1-hit shutout for Kenny. That's what the A's need. They need him in the second half in this tournament and the playoffs. Then it's a brand new season, brand new story. Dick Green, 312, strikeout plus injury. Ouch. We like Dick Green. Don't like to see him getting hurt. John Donaldson will play second base for him. Bert Campaneris, 47, is a walk. Double A stealer against the Price Army. He's going to steal, and he's in there. Oh, I've been stealing third base with 1 out a lot lately. I'm going to do it again. Campaneris going to try for third, and he makes it on a 5. How about that? So Cedeno and Campaneris, the only guys in this season to successfully steal second and third base. Don't do it very often. But I just had, I got all dressed up and spiffy. I just wanted to do it, what the heck. Runner at third, 1 out. Sal Bando, they got to bring the infield up with 1 out. 2 runs seems like double digits to these Mariners. The pitch to Sal Bando. 4-4 off of Freddie Norman is a strikeout. Nice pitching, Freddie. And with 2 outs now, it's Reggie. 35, single 1-9. Doesn't get it, gets a 15, and Freddie battles back. Freddie's not dead. Bottom of the 5th, let's pause a moment for station identification.
This is the Shrimp Trawler video channel.
Este es el canal de videos de camaroneros.
All right, it's just a 2-0 game here in Seattle. They're got the rally towels out and whatnot. It's just 2-zip. I know you've been 1-hit, but Holtzman's been susceptible this year. So don't let him get into a groove. Joe Pepitone leads off in the bottom of the 5th for Seattle. 63 is pitcher X. Kenny trying to help his cause. He's a 2-6 pitcher. And he makes it, plays that into a single. Not what we were looking for there. Now the All-Star, Jim Price. Let's take a look at his card. If you watched the All-Star game a week ago, I guess, Jim Price was the surprise Cinderella member of that roster. A journeyman utility catcher, backed up Jim Freehand for the Detroit Tigers. Not really noteworthy. Got himself a World Series ring, but otherwise found himself in that All-Star game. And here he finds himself as a tie run with his team down 0-2 in the series. Pitch to Jim Price. 1-3, strikeout plus injury. Well, okay. That's not what we were thinking would happen. John Ellis will now catch. And we'll bring in Joe Foy. He'll be the new DH. Well, it's kind of disappointing there. Ted Uhlaender, 49 off Holtzman. Double one, single dot dot. You got runners on the corners. 2-run lead. They're going to play it back. They want a double play. They'll give up the run at third. They don't care. They want a double play. The batter's Don Wirt. 43 off of Holtzman. First X. Now you got Higgins, a 2E10 first baseman. Good luck with that, Seedle. Here's the result right here when we F9 here. GBC, nice break for the Mariners. He does not field it cleanly, cannot execute the double play, and a runner will score, and a runner goes to second with 2 outs, and it's Dale Maxwell. Pitch to Dale. 67 off Holtzman, pops to first. Well, it's 2-1, folks. Mariners hanging around. They're not scared of these big bad Oakland A's. They've been putting their chin out there. Top of the 6th, it's Gene Tennis. 63, bounce to first. Joe Rudy, 34, pops to short. Mike Hegan, 2-4, pitcher Freddie Norman. Captain Courageous here. Bottom of the 6th. Top of the Seattle lineup, it's Ron Woods. 55, homer one, double. A double, we got a man at second for your Seedles. Your Seattleites, your skippers. Jerry DeVannen, 48 is a strikeout. Dave May, 39, skies the center. And with 2 outs, it is John Ellis. 2-11, bounces to third. Holtzman gets through 6 with just 1 run. We go to the 7th. Freddie Norman isn't going anywhere. It'll be Angel Mangual leading off. 55 rolls the second. Stan Swanson, 39, rolls to third, and with 2 outs, it's Green Dick. No, it's not. He got hurt. It's John Donaldson, the left-handed hitting second baseman, and he grounds to second base. Also, want to mention that with the injury to the 2E12 Dick Green, Donaldson's a 4E13 at second base. Advantage Seattle. All right, no other noteworthy defense to bring in. Bottom of the 7th inning, stretch time. Here in Seattle, my goodness, folks, we cannot ignore the fact that, Doctor, please, we got the blue cheer again. Summertime Blues, Parchment Farm, all the great ones from the 68 LP, Vincibus Eruptum. Yeah, blue cheer. All right, bottom of the 7th, the Mariners down a run. Leading off, it's Joe Pepitone. 46 off Holtzman, single 1-7. He gets a 7, it's a single. It's almost divine intervention here, folks. The tie run at first. Blue cheers getting the crowd nutty. And Joe Foy, filling in for the injured Jim Price, is the batter. The pitch to the Foyer. 1-6 is ball 4, and Holtzman has 2 runners on with nobody out. Do you bunt here? C-bunter? No. Holtzman's a starter 8. He's got to dig himself out of this. Ted Eulander. 4-11 off Holtzman. Right X. This is Reggie. Reggie's still pretty good defensively in this era. He's a 2E9, I believe. Yeah, 2E9. 2E9. A 2-base error for Reggie. Playing like the late 70s. Billy Martin kicking the cooler over kind of defense there. But anyway, for the Oakland A's, Reggie just booted that ball. We got a tie game. Apparently, Reggie didn't have his earplugs in, and the music disoriented him. Eulander, a 2-base error on Reggie. A run scores, second to third, nobody out, 2-2. Oaktown has to bring the infield up for Don Wirt. 37. Ground ball. Let's take a look at Don Wirt's card. Yep, folks. 3-7 against the lefty. You brought the infield up. Whoopsie daisy doodle. It gets right by Campaneris, and suddenly the 7th inning is a mess for your World Series projected team, the Oaktown A's, as the lowly Mariners have taken the lead. 2-run single. Boy, I tell you, the Mariners have a growing fan club in the Pacific Northwest. All right. It is now 4-2. Kenny Holtzman is ticked off on the mound, but he's a starter 8. So you got to figure out how to get out of this mess. Grow a pair, Kenny. Grow a pair. Runner at first, nobody out. Dale Maxwell. 2-8. It's a 5-4-3 double play. That'll help. And with 2 outs, it's Ron Woods. Ron Woods, 510, catcher's card. And that is tennis, 45. And he gets out of the inning. Vincebus eruptum. Doctor, please. Yeah, you just kill the Oakland A's in that inning. My goodness. 3-run 7th inning, and suddenly it's 4-2, and the crowd's on their feet. Now you got Fred Norman pitching excellent game. 2 solo homers early and nothing much since. And the A's are better against righties than we believe anyway. So Norman will continue into the 8th inning. It's Bert Campaneris leading off. 2-6 is a base hit. And now it's Sal Bando. Campaneris is being held, but he's not going to steal. Not try and get thrown out here, particularly with Bando walking so much. Pitch to Sal Bando. 6-10. 6-10 off the Fred Norman card. What are you going to do? That went deep and far into the night, and we're tied. And suddenly the band takes a break. They go smoke a cigarette. They'll be back in 15 minutes. 4-4. A's tie it up, and now Seattle needs a new strategy here. You got Reggie. Yeah. Do you want to have Norman pitch himself into a loss or just bring him out? Let's get him out of there. I don't want to pitch. The guy did all right for 7. I don't want to pitch himself into a loss. He clearly has trouble with Campaneris and Bando, but everybody else he does well with. Seattle's going to turn to Diego Segui, a guy who would ultimately pitch for Seattle in the late 70s. He was, interestingly, in Oakland A in 1970. 10-10 with a 2.56 ERA and 162 innings. Diego wants to beat his old team here. Comes on in the 8th to face Reggie in a 4-4 tie. Pitched Reggie Jackson. 3-11 is a sky to center. Gene Tennis. 2-4 is a K. And with 2 outs, it's Joe Rudy. 43, first X. This is Pepitone, a 2E15 at first base. He makes the play. Bottom of the 8th for Holtzman. What do you do with Kenny? I mean, the 2-base error messed up that inning, really. He's been okay. And you know what? He's a starter 8, and you know what? He's one of the big 3 starters for this team. He's going to have to pitch playoff games better than this, so he needs to get his practice in. He's got to deal with these Mariners in the 8th inning. And that's not a lot to have to deal with, right? Jerry Devannon leads it off. 2-6 is a walk. Dave May. 43, left X, but Joe Rudy's a 1E2. You're not getting on that defense. John Ellis. 4-10 lines the first, and with 2 outs, it's Joe Pepitone, who started last inning with a single. 110 rolls to second. We got a 4-4 thriller into the 9th. Segui is a relief 3, starter 6. He can go a couple more innings. Mike Hegan leads off in the 9th. 53 rolls to first. Angel Mengual, 2-11 lines the second. And with 2 outs, it is Stan Swanson. 59, second X. This is a 3E24 second baseman. Makes the play. We'll go to the bottom of the 9th. Let Kenny try. Holtzman can't pitch extra innings. He's a starter 8. Only 9s ILL do that. So he'll try and get his 9 innings in, and maybe the A's can give him a win in the top of the 10th. Joe Foy. 2-6, grounds to short. Ted Eulander. The pilot and co-pilot were arguing, trying to land his plane. 62, rolls the pitcher. And with 2 outs, it is Don Wirt. 35 is a walk. And with 2 outs, it's Dale Maxwell. 4-4 is a liner to second base. Bonus baseball from the PNW, Pacific Northwest here. A 4-4 thriller in the Seattle. Segui can go a 3rd inning. Holtzman is done after 9. Once you get into the Oakland bullpen, if you're not named Raleigh Fingers, you're probably not any good. Rick Alston, the lefty setup guy, has been terrible. Ron Taylor, former New York Met, got himself a World Series ring. He is not particularly good. And Bob Locker's nice. We like Bob Locker. But he needs to get some more work. Perhaps he will come in the bottom half. But Segui will begin the 10th inning, facing John Donaldson in a 4-4 tie. 39, skies are right. Campaneris, as it says on the card. 2-6 is a base hit. Now with 1 out, and you lost the good defensive catcher Price. Plus 2 arm for Ellis. You better believe it. Campy's taken off. And he's out on an 18. That's a tough break for Oaktown. Like you really are saddened by that. Thrown out, stealing. The rest of the National American League cheers. And the other offensive player for Oakland to this point, it's been the Campaneris and Bando show, and everybody else is 0 for 7 batters. Bando, 49 is a walk. Can't break Segui. So you got a runner at first with 2 outs, and it's Reggie. 1-8, Reggie. Let's take a look at Reggie's 73. American League MVP card. Comes through here, of course. 293, 32 bombs. Has range, arm, and can steal bases. He is all that and a bag of chips, as they like to say. 1-8 is a base hit in a right field. Bando, could he go first to third with 2 outs? Don't like to do that. 14, 15, 16. Woods is a negative arm, so forget it. 2 on, 2 outs. Gene Tennis. Segui, if you play your cards right, worst case, walk the guy, because you'll live another day. You won't lose. So the pitch to Gene Tennis. 1-9. He does not walk the guy. Let's take a look at the card. Gene Tennis actually has hits on his card that aren't home runs. He's got a double one and single on this card, and he just did that. So instead of walking the guy, he pitched to him a single to left field. Now, Bando, a 14 runner, 15-16. Ulander 0 arm, 1-16. We'll look right here in advance. There's a 16 there presently. We need that or lower for the A's, above it for the M's. A 10. So Bando does score on that. And Segui, yeah, should have walked. Tennis. Reggie goes to third on the throw. You got runners in the corners. And Joe Rudy. And you know what? I think I'm going to actually take Segui out because insurance runs at this point are critical. And Segui is just kind of ordinary against right-handed batters like a Joe Rudy. So let's go with Hoyt. Hoyt Wilhelm. Let's take a look at him. He's the best they have. Might as well go out guns blazing. So Hoyt Wilhelm will come on in the 10th. Try and extinguish this fire with runners on the corners and 2 outs. Very thankful for a caught stealing by Campaneris. The pitch to Joe Rudy. 47 off of Hoyt is a clean single to right field anyway. Reggie scores. Tennis holds at second, and Oakland gets 2 runs here. 4 straight batters reach after the caught stealing. This really looks like the Oakland A's, folks, doesn't it? Actually, no, because I would have expected like 5 walks in the inning. They're the king of the walk. Mike Hegan's the batter. 2-7. Let's take a look at Hegan and old boy, folks. They're starting to file out. 2-7 is a single to left field. Tennis. 11, 12, 13. Cannot run. You got to be 14 or better. So the bases are loaded still with 2 outs for Angel Mengual. 59 is a K. So after all that carnage, he only got a couple runs out of it. Could have been a lot worse. Could have been a lot worse. So the Oakland A's would be silly when you need 2 outs for a sweep to do anything but say fingers, Raleigh. We'll pitch the 10th inning. Defensively, the A's have everything they can get in there presently. What a nice little rally. Campaneris gets thrown out stealing, then it's Bando picking his team up with all the greats. Reggie, Gene, Joe, and Mike Hegan, who was a really nice player, by the way. Not known as much as some of those other guys. Bottom of the 10th, Raleigh fingers. It's Woods, Devannon, May, Ellis. And I think we'll have a pinch hitter for Woods. He does not hit right-handed pitching very well at all. We're going to go with Norm Miller here. Norm Miller will pinch hit here in the bottom of the 10th. 1-7 for Norm is a walk. Perfect. Exactly what the M's could have asked for. A leadoff walk. A C stealer will hold at first. Jerry Devannon. 57 off of fingers is a K. And now we'll have a series of home run hitters coming up. Dave May. Let's take a look at Dave May. Got him from the Brewers. Seattle Pilots, they, kind of move back and forth kind of thing. This is the 73 Dave May where he really put it all together. Was his best year. Didn't do much before or after this year. 25 homers and a .303 batting average. So great news for the Seattle Mariners. They got a great player like Dave May here for at least 4 years, right? So, the pitch to Dave May. 37 is a strikeout and with 2 outs. We got to look at John Ellis, a guy who actually came up with the Yankees, then went to Texas. I think he played for Cleveland and Seattle, maybe. This is a 72 card for the Yankees, where he would have backed up Munson for the Yanks. But he hits 294 with 5 homers and 136 at-bats. And this is perfect, kind of good enough card to bat cleanup for an expansion team. And a big moment here for John Ellis, a chance to tie this game in extras off the great Raleigh Fingers and get himself in the tabloids or something. The pitch to John Ellis. 65 off of Fingers as a bouncer to short. Campanera is kind of a star-crossed defensive player. Has had some good moments and some horrible moments for the A's in the last few years. A 3-22. And we'll look up here to see if he can field this ball. And he does! Campaneris gets a glove on that one. The game is over, and Oakland finally wins a baseball game in Washington State, in Seattle. They had lost their previous 3 encounters with the Mariners. And Holtzman, he does get a win. How about that? We said he could qualify if he finished 9 and they get a win for him in the 10th. That's exactly what happened. And the American League is back on notice, folks. The A's have returned. That's the kind of tough, gritty win. You know, a win's a win, folks. You can't blame the competition there. But an extra inning win on the road is something you'll need to do in the playoffs. Raleigh Fingers gets a save, a walk and 2 Ks. Good to see the Oakland closer on his A game. Kenny Holtzman is now pitching well. 6 hits and 4 runs. 2 base error messed this entire inning up. He only gets, 2 earned runs, 3 walks, 3 strikeouts. Hoyt Wilhelm came on in and faced Joe Rudy, and he can give up 2 hits and a K. Not good there, Hoyt. Diego Segui takes the loss. That's a shame. His first 2 innings were good, and then that caught stealing we thought was going to bail him out. Turns out it didn't. He gives up 2 hits. He gives up 3 hits, 2 runs, and a walk in that inning, and 1 other K. And everything else charged to Fred Norman, who gets a no decision, which is 6 hits and 4 runs for Freddie. The 2 solo homers and a 2-run homer by Bando. 2 walks, 6 strikeouts. Another nice line for Freddie Norman. Just a little bit too much Oakland for this expansion team. It's totally understandable, folks. Totally understandable. 1-0-1-10, 0-1-0-9, 6-11-4-6, 6-11-4-6, 3-8, 4-5, 4-5, 3-8. Cinderella has apparently just turned into a pumpkin here. Give the M's some applause, though, huh? I mean, you know, really, they took 4 out of 6 the first time around, and it's just hard to do that repeatedly. You'd think in a short season that I play, it gives an advantage to these expansion teams because, you know, they don't have to play this out over 162 games, and it's true. It does give them an advantage, but ultimately, it's too much damage on the cards. You know, Campus and Bando. Seattle has nothing like that on their team. Nobody even close. Jim Price and Dale Maxwell. Give me a break. So, with the 3 games in a row, this series is over. And Oakland has emerged at the top of the American League suddenly. This is the top moment thus far in the postseason. Seattle needed a 5-2. They got nothing. Oakland 3-0. And now Oakland is 20-12. And Seattle, by the way, you can see Oakland was 20-19 at this point last year, so they're +7 in the standings. What did I say Seattle was? Seattle's 14-18, yeah. That's a shame. When you don't win a game, you don't get to come back and fix that record. 20-12, 14-18. Ooh, that's going to hurt the M's. It really is. Because now when we look at the West down here, so now, precariously, when this happens like this, you have to recalibrate the results of what happens between 3 and 4. Because whoever ends up this round in 4th place is done. Could the Rangers and the Angels both be better than the Mariners, who are 4 under 500? One way of figuring this out is if you add up the records and divide it in half, and you would find that -1, and these guys are -5, that's -6. So if each team ends up -3, -3, right? Let's follow that, right? See, -1 here, -5, that's -6. So if they play a series against each other and end up where each team is -3, they would both be better than the Mariners, who would drop anchor down there. So that was a bad look for the M's. Shed no tears. They're an expansion team, and Texas and California are having a lousy year anyway. So there's Seattle still has a pretty good chance of holding on to 3rd place, if not 2nd place. So that's it today from the American League West. Hope you enjoyed it. The arrival of the Oakland A's, finally looking like my preseason World Series projection. We'll see you next time.